One 76-year-old Trinamool MP, along with a 54-year-old Trinamool MP, egged on a 66-year-old Trinamool MP Kalyan Banerjee to mock the Vice President of India's physical attributes. When the 66-year-old Kalyan Banerjee began the most filthy mocking of Mr. Dhankhar's physical limitations, a 54-year-old Rahul Gandhi started filming this whole terrible pantomime outside Parliament. Ladies and gentlemen, assisted by fellow INDI MPs, all mostly pushing the Senior Citizen Club almost to hoot and cheer this disgusting antic. Ladies and gentlemen, the Parliament complex was used by these members of Parliament who say they were protesting to belittle, to mock the Vice President of India, Mr. Dhankhar, and I'd like to play the pictures full frame, like a little boys' club, like some bratish kids in the last row of the classroom. They mocked, they cheered, and they cackled. They talked about how the Vice President stoops when he's talking. They mocked his physical gestures. Look at the pictures there. They tried to mimic him. It was a very ugly scene, viewers. This happening in Parliament, there must be some propriety. This is very, very disgraceful behavior. And for Rahul Gandhi to be leading it, to be encouraging it, and to be saying that this is what we must reduce our Parliament to. Yes, the Vice President has a stoop, but that's not something to mock, to laugh at, to belittle, to make fun of, to imitate, and to do this in Parliament, and to try and make this to be represented as some kind of a democratic protest. I request your viewers, please think about where this country is headed. And we do need an opposition, but do we need this kind of opposition? Look at the way he's putting his hands up, dancing, behaving like Mr. Dhankhar does, exaggerating his moves. Now, Kalyan Banerjee, is this the way to behave? Trinamool, Congress, what are you doing? This outright disdain for the chair, this nudge-nudge, wink-wink model of politics. When will Rahul Gandhi and the sycophants around him grow up to be serious politicians? When will they break out of their parallel universe of glass houses where all of this is woke and cool? It's not woke, it's not cool, it's not funny. When will they realize this outright insult politics, which started with a niche remark, went on to papi remark, and then panoti, chowkidar chor hai. When will they realize this is exactly what the electorate despises and what the electorate hates? That the electorate in India has moved above and beyond this kind of arrogance, this stench of elitism which they carry themselves with. How much more of a drubbing? How many more losses? How many more sirens by the electorate needed to be sound before these people wake up? Tonight, with these pictures, what is clear to me is that this insult-driven elitism, which is led by Rahul, but more worryingly, that there is a buy-in to this by all the India Alliance partners. We are 3 months away from the elections actually starting formally, ladies and gentlemen, maybe less. You have to decide what you want the future of this country to be. Let's do it.
Opposition stooped to a new low in the history of Parliament.
Mr. Raj, you are a lawyer. I'm a friend. You are a lawyer. I'm a friend. Is it? Mr. Nariman is not a good lawyer. How many cases you know? I've done in Supreme Court. I've done it. You are a lawyer. I'm good. Must understand. My spine is so straight. You, Mr. Gandhi, you must understand. Lok Sabha. You must understand that I have been appointed here only to save Narendra Modi. I understand. My spine is, you see, my spine is very straight, very straight. I'm so tall. My spine is so straight.
Trinamool MP Kalyan Banerjee mimicked Rajya Sabha chairman Jagdeep Dhankhar during the opposition protest on the steps of the parliament. This shameful act had MPs laughing, applauding, hooting and cheering him, with Rahul Gandhi filming a video on his mobile phone. Dhankhar denounced the incident as shameful and unacceptable.
आपके एक बड़े नेता एक सांसद के असंसदीय व्यवहार को वीडियो कर रहे थे। आपसे भी बहुत बड़े नेता हैं वो। मैं तो यही कह सकता हूं, सद्बुद्धि आए। कुछ तो सीमा होती होगी, कुछ जगह तो बख्शो, कुछ जगह तो बख्शो।
What began as an insult soon turned into a huge political controversy, with BJP demanding an apology from the Trinamool MP.
सदन नियम कायदे कानूनों से चलता है ना, उसमें इस तरीके से ये लोग हंगामा करेंगे, इस तरीके से सदन के नियम कानूनों की धज्जियां उड़ाएंगे तो कार्रवाई तो होगी।
भारत के उपराष्ट्रपति का मखौल बनाना, मजाक बनाना, इससे पूरे देश के लोकतंत्र का सर शर्म से झुक गया है।
सबसे दुखद ये कि राहुल गांधी जी वो उसको वीडियो शूट कर रहे हैं, तो इनको आना चाहिए सिनेमा में। भोजपुरी सिनेमा में कैमरामैन की कमी, हिंदी सिनेमा में कमी है, और इन लोगों को आके वहाँ पर करना चाहिए। मदारीपन सदन से छोड़ के।
ऐसे तो ये इंडी गठबंधन जो है एक टूरिंग टॉकीज तो है, एक नगर में एक बार, दूसरी नगर में एक बार, ऐसे तो ड्रामा करते हैं। लेकिन ये ड्रामा टॉकीज में अभी मिमिक्री शुरू कर दिया है। इसका व्यवहार देखिए।
In fact, the Jat Association also took an offense of the insult.
They might have thought of it as political banter, but by mocking the second highest constitutional office of the country, the opposition might have landed the government a moral high ground in their standoff. Also, going by the reactions coming in from the Jat community, to which Vice President Dhankhar belongs, there might be political costs attached, at least in the Hindi heartland.
But this is not the first of its kind. In the past, Rahul Gandhi triggered storm over his gestures, from blowing a flying kiss in the house to winking and hugging Prime Minister Modi in the house. Rahul Gandhi had come under fire for his immature behavior.
जिनको आज मुझसे पहले वक्तव्य देने का अधिकार दिया गया, उन्होंने जाते जाते एक अभद्र यहां पर लक्षण के दर्शन दिए। It is only a misogynistic man who can give a flying kiss to a parliament with seats female members of parliament.
On the back of electoral drubbing, will opposition learn its lesson? Let's debate.
I'm opening this evening with Tuhin from the BJP, Abhinandita from the AAP, Nikhil, who usually supports the Congress, and so does Pankaj Sharma. Karan Verma supports the BJP, and Sandeep Ghosh, well-known author and political commentator. Abhinandita, you know the Vice President, who's the chair of the Rajya Sabha, has a stoop. He does tend to lean forward, but he's also a very qualified lawyer. He has 45 to 50 years in public life, right? He has many achievements to his credit. And this behavior outside Parliament today, I don't know what it is intended to serve. This is Parliament and not a comedy club. But to do this, firstly, to make fun of a person's physical limitation, I'm not calling it handicap, is unfortunate and cruel to start with. Nobody would like it if it was done, if any person from any of our families had such a limitation and someone were to make fun of it. It is disgraceful behavior and cheap. And I think you should call a spade at the start. Abhinandita opening the debate today.
Arnab, firstly, I don't think that is what the MPs were doing. The other is it comes from a place of extreme frustration with the current government and its system and its absolute, shallowness, smallness, in letting the parliament function, in letting opposition being heard, etc. So what is being mocked is actually the people. What is being mocked is the democracy. Look at it this way. These member of parliaments, 141 of them represent the people of India. So by suspending them, what you're actually doing is suspending the voice of all these Indians who have put their trust in these 141 MPs. How dare anyone suspend them without adequate reason? How dare the sitting government, take a moral high ground when it was actually Prime Minister Modi who said a very disgraceful speech when Vice President Hamid Ansari was retiring. So I don't think that BJP has any moral high ground to take here. But ideally, yes, absolutely, you are right. That
I'm
nothing
sorry,
should happen.
but you get one minute.
Is it comparable?
Hamid Ansari, who you just named, who is effectively, in my view, a member of the India Alliance, when he was vice president, was instrumental in similar mass sackings or mass suspensions. So, what are you talking about? This is a procedural matter. Don't take your attention away, Nikhil, 1 minute. From the fact that the physical limitation, the physical limitation of the, when he's saying my spine is so straight, run the pictures, please, producers. And Tuin is seeing it. Yeah, with the audio. And he says, my spine is so straight, you see, and then he's behaving, he's doing all this, monkey business out there. And Rahul Gandhi is recording it. This is not the way. What is this? Is this a member of parliament? Are these leaders? No, are these leaders? Tuin, I don't know. Let's get Tuin to respond to this. I think this is very unfortunate. There must be other ways of making a point. Tuin responding to Abhinandan.
Is Ramesh Biduri by any stretch of imagination a person who deserves to be inside the parliament? So what is anyone talking about?
Arnab,
what is happening is disgraceful, and the ruling party...
No, what the ruling party has done is completely justified, and I will tell you why. The despicable lampoonery enacted by TMC MP and with Rahul Gandhi doubling up as his cheerleader confirms that these people are temperamentally unfit to be in parliament. Arnab, this is not the first time Rahul Gandhi has behaved in this manner. I will take you back to 5th January 2019 when a defense minister, lady defense minister, was speaking on the Rafale issue. When a lady defense minister was speaking on the Rafale issue, what was Rahul Gandhi and his team doing? Winking and throwing paper planes. Derek O'Brien, he's a repeat offender. When the Telangana bill was introduced in 2014, he tore the bill then also. When the farm bill was introduced in 2020, he tore the bill then also. Please, the opposition needs to understand that time for time past politics is over. This government values parliamentary time. At least in 3 of the sessions of the 17th Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the productivity has been over 100%. We have sat for well past midnight to pass important bills. Now the point over here is that suddenly this opposition seems to be besotted with Amit Shah ji. The statement that they are demanding, the preliminary statement has already been made by Rajnath Singh ji. Please don't compare this incident with what happened in 2001, because over here, the overt complicity of certain political parties in the opposition are very clearly established with the culprits. Arnab, I am asking you a simple question. At what age did you first get employed? 22, 23, you don't remain unemployed for 38, and if you are unemployed, there is every likelihood that you are unemployable, you are an urban Naxal. And Rahul Gandhi and his team have a habit of supporting these urban Naxals. They don't deserve to be in parliament.
What is this calling the people of the country?
One last point. Get on that later. On one last point, on 15th March 1989, just one last point. On 15th March 1989, the Congress party of Rajiv Gandhi had suspended 63 Lok Sabha MPs. What was the reason? The Lok Sabha MPs were demanding the tabling of the Dhankhar Commission report, which had apparently indicted R.K. Dhawan in the murder of in the murder of Indira Gandhi. Now, why is this opposition always so lax about national security? Of course, we want to discuss the issue. We also want to discuss the arrest of 8 ISIS operatives in Bellary. But because of your suspicious conduct, we are not able to have any meaningful debate in Parliament. And I think this opposition needs to be embarrassed and ashamed of their behavior.
There is a point here. I wish to bring in Sandeep Ghosh into the debate. Allow me with Pankaj, and I'll get everyone on. Abhinandita, I'll come to you a second time. You see, let me put it straight, Pankaj and Sandeep. I'm being told today that I don't have a sense of humor. This is all very funny, and they're just making a little fun at Jagdeep Dhankhar and the fact that he has a stoop. And they say we should take it in a good-natured spirit. Similarly, I'm very curious, Pankaj, but when I called Sonia Gandhi Antonia de Maino, I repeat, Antonia de Maino, which is her maiden name. When I say that she wouldn't be allowed to do many things in Italy, so she shouldn't assume the same language or actions would be allowed in India, or when I question what her real educational qualifications are, then I am told, oh, we'll arrest you, we will question you, I am taken through 100 hours of interrogation, why did you call her Antonia de Maino? And I told the police, but her name is Antonia de Maino, what do you expect me to call her? Then there is no mocking, there is no pantomime, there is no satire. Now if tomorrow, Pankaj, I dare you, why don't you mock Sonia Gandhi's thick Italian accent? Sonia Gandhi, after all these years, has this pronounced thick Italian accent, obviously because she's Italian in her origin. Now try mocking Sonia Gandhi's Italian accent and see the response. You want to try, Pankaj? You want to try? Then you guys will say, don't get personal. Why don't you try? Do a little pantomime of Sonia Gandhi speaks Hindi on our program. हम भी सुनते हैं ना?
Will record that.
बताइए, सोनिया गांधी के हिंदी उच्चारण के बारे में थोड़ा सा आप हमें दीजिए एग्जाम्पल. Pankaj, come on. Let me hear you speak in Sonia Gandhi style Hindi.
No, but what is your point?
My point is, why don't you have a sense of humor? हम भी करते हैं ना, सोनिया गांधी हिंदी कैसे बोलती है? अरे हिंदी कैसे बोलती है उस पर पैंटोमाइम करते हैं.
See, one should refrain from making mockery of persons holding.
Why do you get touchy then? Now you're saying we should enjoy. We should enjoy. Let's one minute. If anybody mocks tomorrow, if somebody mocks his mother's accent, will Rahul Gandhi take a video of it?
But at the same time, His Highnesses should also be heedful.
नहीं पॉइंट पे जवाब दीजिए ना.
Examples of
आप लोग टची क्यों होते हैं?
Discriminatory conduct.
When it comes to you, you're very touchy. When it comes to Jagdeep Dhankhar, you're saying sense of humor रखिए.
Observers like you to assess if our presiding officers handling the proceedings in the House, their handling in the House is cloudless or not. Tell me, do you feel?
No, protest, but this is not the way.
Officers.
ये क्या है?
In the houses.
Why this drama outside Parliament?
Can't hear you.
Focus on what happened outside Parliament, Pankaj ji. Focus on what happened outside Parliament. And then say, no, we will not arrest you the next time you call Sonia Gandhi Antonia Maino. We won't be touchy. अभी कुछ नहीं, अभी कोई जवाब नहीं.
Parliamentary Affairs Minister.
अभी देखिए, that is what they say. Sandeep, shoe pinches when it's on the other foot. Shoe pinches when it's on the other foot. This is a classic example of that.
But I have a simple question. Where was he?
मैंने भी तो outside the Parliament Antonia de Maino बोला था. मैंने भी तो outside the Parliament Antonia de Maino बोला था. मैंने outside the Parliament कहा कि उनका असली नाम Antonia de Maino है.
Another member inside the house with his choices of the community to which the victim member belongs to.
तो हमारी हाउंडिंग क्यों हुई जब हमने कहा कि एंटोनिया दी माइनो उनका नाम है तो हमारी हाउंडिंग क्यों हुई? पंकज जी जवाब दीजिए.
बीजेपी MP so concerned.
I want Sandeep to respond. I want Sandeep to come in on this. Sandeep, no. See now how they get nervous. See how you get nervous. No. This is not good. This is not good. Rules can't change. Sandeep is on the debate. We all know what happened outside the house today. Sandeep Ghosh's turn. Sandeep Ghosh, what do you make of it?
Arnab, I've got 3 points. First of all, I have very high regard for Abhinandita, and I totally agree with her that when we send MPs to the parliament, we do so for a purpose. And I have been personally very exercised about this whole incident which happened in terms of the breach of security. And I think it deserved far more seriousness from all sides, because it's just lucky that people went in those canisters and did seemed like almost they're doing a prank with a toy pistol or a water pistol gun, etc. But now that entire issue has been buried not only under the carpet, has been thrown out of the window, and people have got into this kind of triviality and this farcical conduct where we have come. We have not sent MPs to the parliament to do mimicry or pantomime or, do that sort of a thing. They should have escalated this issue rather than running into the well, etc. I have been reading Mr. Pranab Mukherjee's the biography written by his daughter, and I've just reviewed it this morning for something. I was just wondering if Mr. Pranab Mukherjee was there as a leader of the opposition, or even if he was on the side of the government, would he have allowed such a kind of a pass, things to come to such a pass? That is the first part of it. And forget anything else. Okay, I don't want to get into lampooning politicians. Mr. Dhankhar today holds a constitutional chair. So when you are lampooning Mr. Dhankhar, you're not lampooning a BJP or a BJP leader or a Jat or a whatever individually. You are lampooning the chair. And what have we come to? People call the Prime Minister Panauti. Somebody else says, oh, we are so afraid that he has flown the Tejas and Tejas is going to crash land after this because India lost the... that is a level of discourse as the politicians whom we are, electing to parliament we have come to. And it's a bit sad that, again, I'm just naming Abhinandita because, as I said, I do regard her highly, that we are trying to defend the indefensible. By all means, pull up. I don't condone the government's fact of having this impasse in parliament. It is they should not have allowed things to come to this pass by which, whatever 143 MPs are suspended, and there is no discussion, people are going and all of that. I will buy all those points. I will take the point that where is the investigation? What is I first day itself, I tweeted that there should have been an appearance, a statement from the Home Minister and the rest. But now all that is thrown out of the window and people are just getting into this kind of, farce. And it's really not even the sublime to ridiculous, but this is something which is of national importance, national security. That's no longer important. People just want to, make photo ops and TV points. And can you imagine a political party after this person does, if I have to believe Mr. Dhankhar, posted it on social media from an official handle, somebody else mocking the chair? I think we have come to a very, very sorry situation in the democracy, and people like us,
what it makes it, you see,
I'd like to really reflect on this.
What about mocking the democracy every day?
If you are finding these equivalences, sir, if you are trying to find equivalences between Pradeep Simha and this thing, and if you say because of mocking the democracy, assume quote unquote mocking democracy is being mocked, because of that you are going to mock the chair, which represents the constitutional position, is a symbol of the democracy, and you not only mock, you can criticize, do whatever. But you mock it in a manner, doing a pantomime, which will be a meme across the globe. If you think that's justified, I bow to you with respect. Thank you, Mishra-ji. I really would bow to you with respect. And I don't think even your good friend, Mr. Kamal Nath, would have done this in Parliament, or would have condoned this in Parliament.
Let me tell you a story of the grave misdeeds. And actually, I should use the word sins committed by the present ruling dispensation to demolish the very roots of our democracy
For that, is that way you get back when you lose elections, everything, the only way you get back is to go and demean the chair, demean the institution of parliament? You can't win elections, you get wiped out, and then you come back and this is the counter you have? Everybody believes today, people are not fools, that the opposition wanted to get suspended. They want to make...
winning the elections through the tricks of Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed is not everything. It is not democracy. Winning elections is no democracy.
No, but you've lost it
something more than that.
What is that? Before that, you were uptight. You are saying we are sweeping 4 states. People I know who are there already behaving as chief minister incumbent and telling people, okay, come back and see me after the date and then I will talk to you. These are the kind of people you were, and today you have lost, and this is the way. Okay, fine.
141 opposition MPs are suspended.
Anybody.
Just
but why
they
the
were
chair
pleading for a statement from the government?
May I just
security breach?
May I just may I make a point here? Pankaj, 1 minute. Pankaj, may I make a point here? Somebody should remind. In fact, Abhinandita, you should call up Kalyan Banerjee and remind him. When everything is told to me today about a sense of humor being lost, etc. This is an interesting example. In 2019, a BJP Yuva Morcha activist in Bengal, a lady named Priyanka something, reposted a meme on Mamta Banerjee on Facebook, where Mamta Banerjee's face was superimposed on a Met Gala image of a Bollywood actor. That BJP youth leader was thrown behind bars. Mamta Banerjee arrested this young lady Priyanka. After a local Trinamool leader filed a complaint, she was put behind bars. Interestingly, while granting bail, the Supreme Court said something which is applicable today. The bench observed, your freedom of speech ends when it infringes on others' rights. Someone's feelings have been hurt. Right? At that time, the Supreme Court said there has to be an apology. So, first of all, this proves that when it applies to you people, you have no sense of humor, Abhinandita, and neither does your party and neither does your own leader, Arvind Kejriwal or Mamta Banerjee. Right? And secondly, this is an inappropriate situation. One case which really
make your point, is Professor Mahapatra of Jadavpur University. He was released this year after 10 years. All he did was forwarded a cartoon on Mamta Banerjee, and she put him in jail for 10 years, and after 10 years he was acquitted. So and he said, can you give me back my 10 years?
Leaders, let me tell you.
Let me live debate.
3 leaders.
Remember this.
Just 1 minute, Nikhil. 1 minute.
They talk about sense of humor. They talk about freedom of speech. So much for freedom of speech.
Mamta Banerjee, Uddhav Thackeray.
Yeah.
And Sonia Gandhi are 3 leaders who are very thin-skinned. You make any joke about them. You call them by the original name, they put you in jail. By this logic, Kalyan,
for complaining about electricity.
If the Modi government is so intolerant, Nikhil, then Kalyan Banerjee should be in jail, but he's not. So who is tolerant and who's intolerant? No, answer the specific question.
Answer about Professor Mahapatra. What
answer the specific.
Did there?
Answer the specific question. Answer the specific question. No, answer the specific question. Answer the specific question. No. Opening remark means we are not prepared to make an answer. He's not prepared, ladies and gentlemen. He's not prepared. He's not prepared. He's not prepared to answer the specific question.
What happened with Professor Mahapatra?
Answer the specific question. An example has been given and he's not willing to answer a specific question.
And it's not playful banter when it happens with Mamta Banerjee.
Do I have a mug of coffee?
No. It is not playful banter when it happens with Mamta Banerjee. Then it is sedition. Then you attack Republic Bangla's reporter in October. Republic Bangla's reporter was attacked live during a debate.
The topic of the debate is what?
The issue is...
It's the TMC MP who's done it. It's the TMC MP who's done it.
BJP and all its sympathizers do not have a problem with an individual throttling democracy in the country.
9,000 activists pressed with sedition charges in one day under the Congress government. So much for freedom of speech. So much for sense of humor.
Suspended by this individual.
You have taken action against the maximum cartoonists, maximum stand-up comedians. Congress party has taken action.
Mockery of an individual somehow is a disrespect to the chair. Are we forgetting that Prime Minister Modi is constantly made fun of? Rahul Gandhi Gandhi is constantly
in the house by the parliamentarians. Oh please, oh please.
I would
not
only
in the
say
house.
this.
And who was doing tick in the house?
I would
that
only
was
say
Prime
this.
Minister Modi.
You one example.
Again, this was not within the house. This was outside the premises of the house. People are
So it's
allowed to
sense
ask
of humor when you do it,
People are
and
allowed
it's sedition when the other person does it.
I just 1 minute. Kar 1 minute. Two, no, only two on the screen. Okay, thank you. One point is nudge, nudge, wink, 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 a flying kiss, a hug, repeatedly losing elections, immature at 34, less mature at 44, even less mature at 54, and still the Aam Aadmi Party hanging on to the coattails of 54-year-old Rahul Gandhi. But what happened today? Abhinandita, let me ask you now a specific question. Since your alliance leader Rahul Gandhi is there in the middle of the screen, I don't need to be, let him be there. If you were there, would you also take your camera and say, Mr. Kalyan Banerjee, well done, can I have a little bit more of your pantomime? Can you do it for me, the enjoyable sequence? Let's make fun of the Vice President's handicap. It's going to make us win an election finally. Run the pictures on your screen. Is your name Abhinandita? Please don't disturb me. Abhinandita, the pictures are on the screen. Would you have done that? Or would you have rather said, listen, let's find a better way to protest, as Sandeep says? No, let's put the pictures there. Would you have done that? Would you have done that? Would you have stood there like Rahul Gandhi and said, come on, Mr. Kalyan Banerjee, let's do this. Let's behave in
Personally, it's not important.
Would you have done that?
I would have also not.
It is important what you would have done.
Spoke about Rahul Gandhi.
Would you have done that? Would you have behaved like that? Would you have behaved like that? 1 minute.
They revolted. They revolted. How dare you?
On the screen, Karan, please wait. Makes it difficult. Would you have done that? A pointed question. Would you have behaved like that? Would you, Abhinandita, as a next-gen politician, have behaved like that? Run the pictures.
I would not even behave like.
Would you have done that?
Like any other
Would you have done that? But would you have?
I can't put myself in that.
No. Would you have? No. Would you have behaved either like Kalyan Banerjee or Rahul Gandhi there?
But what I'm saying is,
would you? No, you have to.
That I have voted
of course you can. You're avoiding my question. You wouldn't.
Voted for.
Admit you wouldn't.
Trying to raise their voice there.
No. Admit you wouldn't.
Being allowed to.
As a citizen of India, you wouldn't. Go in.
Dhankar ji, BJP के कार्यकर्ता.
No. Just 1 minute. Let interrupt. Wait a minute. Two people on the screen. Thank you.
सवाल पूछते हैं, हमें सवाल नहीं, हमें डराते हैं. ईडी लाते हैं, अलग-अलग सस्पेंड करते हैं.
कोई नहीं डराता है, डरते हैं आप क्योंकि आपकी तैयारी नहीं है.
लॉ को अपनी जूते की नोक पे रखते हैं.
आप डरते हैं क्योंकि आप गलत काम करते हैं. कोई नहीं डराता है आपको. अर्नब देखिए,
These parliamentarians who have been suspended.
अर्नब देखिए 2017 का आपको मैं एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ. एक यूपी का ऑफिस बेरर, कांग्रेस पार्टी का एक ऑफिस बेरर 2017 में उसने अफेक्शनेटली बहुत प्यार से एक इंटरनल पार्टी मीटिंग में राहुल गांधी को पप्पू जी रेफर किया था. एंड ही वाज सैक्ड फ्रॉम द पार्टी इमीडिएटली. यू कैन स्टिल फाइंड दैट ऑन पब्लिक डोमेन. नाउ इफ दीज पीपल गिव अस sermons on democracy, the least that they can do is take a joke on themselves. But the larger point over here is that if these MPs, these MPs are, please don't allow me to complete, please don't barge in like this, the larger point over here is that these MPs are delusional. If they feel that they can earn sympathy with their behavior, Arnab, I'm requesting you play these videos every day. The people of this country have marked them. The people of this country are unforgiving now, and they will ensure that these MPs...
And also play Ramesh Bidhuri's video. And also play Ramesh Bidhuri's video. Why are you not playing Ramesh Bidhuri's video? So at least we have something to compare. You don't pick on things specifically without understanding or without showing the
Are you aware that a privileged committee has already sat on the matter and already...
This was your response to Ramesh Bidhuri.
Privileged committee meeting has already happened on that.
So this was your response to Ramesh Bidhuri.
Ramesh.
So this was your response to Ramesh Bidhuri.
Gestures against the constitutional head. And Arnab, if you repeat the video of Kalyan Banerjee, I think the actions, his gestures were rather vulgar. His gestures, Kalyan Banerjee's gestures were rather vulgar. They were rather perverted. I don't know which world they come from, but Rahul is enjoying it. Everyone enjoying it shows the kind of creepy mentality these people have.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's really unfair to actually reduce this argument, reduce this dialogue.
No.
This is not body shaming. This is really mimicry.
They are looking at alternative careers now. Because 2024 is done and dusted, they are looking at alternate careers like mimics, mimic players, cartoonists. That's what they have to do. And Nikhil is having a meltdown because of this.
Just an hour ago, your party's national spokesperson Gaurav Bhatia, or Arnab's very well,
Nikhil, please don't have a meltdown.
Women politicians,
Please don't have a meltdown.
ये तो टीवी पे आके यार बनाती हैं. We all knew the innuendo that he was going with. Do you have the courage? Yes, rubbish. Gaurav Bhatia did that rubbish on this show an hour ago. Will Tuhin Sinha have the courage to condemn it? Will you have the courage to condemn Ramesh Duri? Will you have the courage to condemn Brij Bhushan?
So you put the rule books aside, dance on the floor of the house and expect you will not be suspended. Look at this, Arnab. Look at the brazenness. We will break all the rules in the parliament and then come and shout in news studios.
Thank you, ladies
Action
and
is taken.
gentlemen. Sandeep Ghosh, in the middle has a word. In the middle, Sandeep Ghosh. Sandeep Ghosh, in the middle. Sandeep Ghosh, last word. Sandeep Ghosh is saying something. Now there's a long delay on the program. Sandeep Ghosh is trying to say something. Yes, sir. Sandeep, calm down.
Though I said I admire Abhinandita, I'm not such a known admirer of her CM Arvind Kejriwal, but for a change, I think Arvind Kejriwal is the wisest politician going off to Vipassana. I think we must all, retreat into Vipassana and such things and reflect on the state of the democracy today, because this is really, really not good. And this is one point where I'll take a cue from Mr. Kejriwal, and I think we all need to get into an introspection mode.
Well, he declared himself
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I still think Arvind Kejriwal should go on the 21st because, or 22nd, whenever he's called, because avoiding it the second time is not going to look good. Vipassana or anything else.